Hello, I'm Bruce Walton from Road Safety Analysis, and this is the first in a series of 10 bite-sized demonstrations of my favourite things that MAST can do. In this clip, I'm going to create a report which provides crash information in terms of the geography used by the strategic road network in England as defined by the Highways Agency. I'm just going to go onto the Crashes tab in MAST. I'm going to create a crashes report, although this technology works equally well, of course, in vehicle and casualty reports. And rather than using the default crash date dimension on the rows tab, I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to add a new dimension which has just appeared in MAST in December of 2010 called Crash Strategic Road Location. When I add that, it separates out crashes by the Highways Agency region into which they fall. You'll notice there are quite a number that appear as unknown in this dimension. Those are crashes which either occurred on local roads in England or which occurred somewhere in Scotland or Wales. I'm not interested in those for the purposes of this report, so I'm going to filter them out. So we're now seeing all crashes over a 6-year period that occurred on the Highways Agency network. Now, this can of course work in conjunction with the local authority network, and this is invaluable for highway authorities because it allows you to work in conjunction with the Highways Agency on specific road safety issues on the basis of the same information. I'm going to go onto the Columns tab just to demonstrate how that works, and I'm going to add a more familiar old friend, the crash location dimension that describes crashes in terms of where in the political geography of Britain they occurred. And if I drill down into England there, you can see the government office regions of England across the top compared to the Highways Agency regions down the side, and how many crashes occurred in each one. Now, of course, this goes down to a greater level of detail than that. I'm sure you already know how the crash location dimension goes down to police force areas and local authority districts. The Highways Agency region the Highways Agency regions in the same way drill down first of all to the individual Highways Agency areas. In the southeast region, for example, there we have the 5 different areas that constitute the Highways Agency southeast region. And within each of the areas, we can see the individual routes for which those area teams are responsible. For example, if I drill down into Area 5, we can see the stretch of the M1, which comes out of London, M1 Route 104, that's it there. We can see that some of the crashes on that route happen in the East region, some of them happen in the London region. And if I wanted to see that in more detail, I could drill down into the M1 and I can see every individual link that makes up the part of the M1 for which Area 5 are responsible. A link is a junction-to-junction stretch of motorway, and there you can clearly see that the link between Junction 4 and Junction 5, where the M1 passes out of London and passes into Hertfordshire, you can see how the crashes have been distributed between the two. So this allows you to see exactly how many crashes, how many casualties, how many vehicles have been involved in every individual link of the Highways Agency network. I'm just going to save that report as an example. I'll call it HA Network. Always a good idea to save your work in MAST, of course. There we are, and when I go back to my Select Report screen, I can see the new report which I have created. And using the Crash Strategic Road Location dimension, it's possible to analyse individual routes or individual links on the strategic road network, and it's possible for local authorities and parts of the Highways Agency to cooperate meaningfully on addressing road safety areas of common interest. That's the end of this demonstration. In the next bite-sized clip, I'll demonstrate the second of my favourite things, how MAST can be used to create your own custom routes for the purposes of route analysis, not necessarily on strategic roads, but including local roads.